I'd like to call the February 1st Executive Committee to order, the meeting to order, and the agenda was sent out in advance, but so the first thing on the agenda then is to remind everyone it's our own responsibility to close any pecuniary interest we may have on today's agenda items. Hearing none, we'll move right into action items, and 2A action item is the revised procedural bylaw attached.
Through you, Mr. Warden. As a result of the CAO's report in December of 2017 and the recommendation of the Ontario Ombudsman, we were requesting a change to the, or an addition, I should say, to the procedure bylaw. And it will read that no action shall be taken on committee recommendations until the minutes have been approved by council, unless A, the responsibility has been delegated to the committee by council through council's delegation policy, or B, in the case of a time-sensitive matter, the committee has directed in its minutes that action be taken prior to council's adoption of its minutes.
Donnie, do you want to read the recommendation, please?
So the recommendation is that the following addition to the procedure bylaw be approved. Section 23, Standing Committees of Council. Responsibility to act on recommendations. No action shall be taken on committee recommendations until the minutes have been approved by council unless A, the responsibility has been delegated to the committee by council through council's delegation policy, or B, in the case of a time-sensitive matter, the committee has directed in its minutes that action be taken prior to council's adoption of its minutes, and that a bylaw be introduced to govern the proceedings of the council and committees of the Corporation of the County of Bruce, and that bylaw 2018-001 be repealed.
Did you have a mover for that? So we're looking for a mover, moved by Mitch for that recommendation, second by Ron. Any discussion on Mike?
Just, I don't see any problem with this, but will this significantly change how we do things here? Because, I mean, there's a time period. It could be a month before.
Through you, Mr. Warden, it has the potential indeed to delay the ability of staff to act. I'll remind committee members that this was a recommendation that came forward from the Ontario Ombudsman's Office as a result of their review. What we could do with committee's support is, on a go-forward basis, include a resolution at the end of all committees to give action the ability to act, if committee wish that.
Right, again, thank you, Mr. Warden. I think that's probably, I don't think it's in every case you'd need to do it, but it's probably a good way of trying to address this issue with the Ombudsman, I guess. Yeah.
Anyone else? Hearing nothing further, we can vote on the recommendation. All those in favor of the recommendation? That's carried. Thank you. So the next item is the Royal Canadian Legion Remembrance Day of Reese, the Military Service Recognition Book attached. You want to walk us through that then, Donna, please?
Through you, Mr. Warden. My report addresses two items. The sponsorship of an ad in the Military Service Recognition Book, which is published by the Royal Canadian Legion, and the annual request from the Legion branches that we receive for Remembrance Day wreaths. I provided two options for the committee's consideration in my report. Do you want me to read them? Or?
Yeah, you might as well read the options, please.
So option one, that the County of Bruce decline the request from the Royal Canadian Legion Ontario Command to sponsor an advertisement in the Military Services Recognition Book, and that the County of Bruce purchase 8 wreaths to be laid at a cenotaph in each of the municipalities in Bruce County. Option 2, that the request from the Royal Canadian Legion Ontario Command to sponsor an advertisement in the Military Services Recognition Book be approved, and that the County of Bruce discontinue the laying of a wreath at Bruce County cenotaphs.
you've heard the options. Can we discuss these options before we have a mover or seconder? And so option 1 is fairly similar to what we've done in the past, except I think that the County of Bruce purchased 8 wreaths, and the likes of Aaron Ellerslie had 3 cenotaphs. I think you purchased 3 wreaths, like for each cenotaph, so. Jogging Shores has a couple cenotaphs. Kincardine, how many you got, Ann? 2. I think purchasing wreaths for anywhere there's a ceremony or anywhere there's a cenotaph or a ceremony at the cenotaph. But option 1 is cutting that back to 8 wreaths. Option 2 is discontinuing the wreaths and buying an ad in the book. Discussion, Ann? Well,
I'm the daughter of a veteran, and I think it's really important to remember. So I think it's a good presence to lay wreaths at the cenotaphs in each municipality. It also it reminds people that they are in the County of Bruce, and the County of Bruce is interested in the lower tiers and the importance of remembering our veterans. So I would like to see the wreaths continue, and the Royal Canadian Legion book, you'll have to, I just forget, it's just to commemorate, and is it a fundraiser as well? And it's an advertisement for the Legion. So I think in most communities, the Legion, it's just not an organization remembering the past. It takes part in the present as well. And I know everything, like in the municipality of Kincardine, they have partnerships with the schools, with public speaking. They have partnerships with community living for some of their suppers and other activities. They put on some pretty good fun events as fundraisers. And of course, they will look after equipment for people that need wheelchairs or hospital beds and everything. So for the amount of money involved, I think we should support both. It's not a huge sum. That's my opinion.
I totally agree with Ann. I would like to support both. I just for the reasons that Ann has given there, and there are several. And with laying in the wreaths at every cenotaph, I agree. It's some, because a lot of people don't know sometimes that you're in the County of Bruce, and so it is a reminder as well. But there's other reasons as well.
So is it fair to say, Ann, if we change the wording in option 2 a little bit, that would satisfy, I think, what you're suggesting? Option 2, that the request from the Royal Canadian Legion Ontario Command to sponsor an advertisement in the Military Services Recognition Book be approved, and that the County of Bruce continue the laying of wreaths at Bruce County cenotaphs.
Yes, I would.
So that's the
I would move that.
modified wording of option 2.
The amended version. I would be happy to move that.
Moved by Ann, second by Bob. Any discussion on a new option 2?
If I may, just to request clarifications, because so currently we lay them at all the cenotaphs. We just want to lay them at 8 in the municipality, or do we want to continue with all of them?
All of them.
All of them? Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Any other discussion on the new option 2? So we're taking an ad and we're still laying wreaths at all cenotaphs. Pardon?
What size of ad would they like? Full ad?
Oh, don't even get into that today. We'll same as last year.
Thank you.
Any discussion? If not, it's been moved and seconded by Ann and Rob. All in favor of the motion? That's carried. Thank you. The next item, you need a motion? Need a motion that the committee move into a closed meeting pursuant to Section 239, 2E of the Municipal Act relating to legislation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local boards to discuss the land claim and item, and as well as Section 239, 3.1 of the Municipal Act for the purpose of educating or training the members to discuss the Applied Research and Training Center. We have a mover for that. Moved by Mitch, seconded by Milt. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor? We're in closed session. (2018), and if there's no further questions, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Ann, seconded by Bob. Those in favor? We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.